Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Indiana Fever make it very, very clear they want nothing to do with you. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all of your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out, of course, to the 19. Big game today, at least when I'm recording this. We'll see if I get it done in time to get out before the game, but big game today. So anyway, I had to talk about this. This is amazing to me. This is truly amazing. This is an actual email, an actual survey from the Indiana Fever out to their fan base. Now, we're going to go through this, and I want you to play along and see if you can let me know in the comments what is missing from this survey. What was the origin of your fandom for the Indiana Fever? Now, they have a whole list here. I don't know. Personally, I think there should be one thing on the list, but that's neither here nor there. I appreciate options. I saw them playing on TV. I saw social media content about them. I read a news article about them. They are the local team for where I live now. I saw that they were partnering with one of my favorite brands. They are the local team for my hometown. They recruited. Yeah, let me try that again. Take two. They recruited one of my favorite players from college. I saw them play in person. So that's how you became. Wait, hold on. What was the origin of your fan? So you weren't a fan before you went and saw them play in person, but you went to saw them play. Okay, anyway, they recruited one of my favorite players from another WNBA team. So yeah, I don't know, Dewana Bonner, maybe I don't know, Brianna Turner. My friends are fans. Other, please specify. Now, we touch on some interesting and sometimes controversial topics, but I do my best in my analysis to make this a family friendly YouTube channel. So maybe you don't have to get age verified. That being said, it is very difficult in this moment to keep doing that. I am truly, truly at a loss for words with this survey. I I I want to believe. I'm not sure how I want to put this. I was going to say I want to believe that no one who can rise to a position with a professional sports franchise that they can be so incompetent as to send this out and not realize the impact Caitlin Clark has had on the team since she arrived in 2024 and not even have her as an option on this absurd list. But if no one is that incompetent, that means this was done on purpose. That means this was an FU to every single one of you who have made the Indiana Fever relevant because of your support for Caitlin Clark, because that is why you became a fan of this team. This is absolutely appalling. And I want to make clear well, I'm sure there are conversations on other people, but ultimately this is 100% on Amber Cox. This falls on Amber Cox. And I will say this, at least she still seems to be on X. Kelly Krauskopf got exposed a while back, as you know, and fled and has not returned. But just so we're very clear, if we take a look at this, Amber Cox, as well named GM, is not a sports person. She works in sports. What I mean is she's not a basketball person. She is not someone who is out there, or she's not Howie Roseman. She's not out there orchestrating trades to make the team better. She doesn't understand evaluation of talent. And I'm not even knocking her for that because I'm hoping that's not why she was hired. My point being, she has always been a marketer. She is about marketing and media relations and fan relations, public relations, promotions, all that sort of thing. That is the side on which she falls, which makes what has happened with the Indiana Fever this year absolutely appalling and has shown Amber Cox, who has actually won awards in her career. That's why I said, can she be this incompetent? Was she truly hired for other obvious reasons? Which is so sad to say, but that's where we've gotten nowadays, where everyone you look at who is, a woman, very tan, everyone's looking at you now like, well, how'd you get this? And that's sad because most of them earned it. But now when you see stuff like this, it makes you wonder, why was Amber Cox hired? And is she truly this incompetent? Or is this just they hate the fact that they have Caitlin Clark on the team? They want to benefit from her. Again, they want to be Apple. But the interesting thing about Apple, they got rid of Steve Jobs, and then the company flailed, and it was on the verge of going out of business, if not at least being completely irrelevant. And you know what they did? They hired Steve Jobs back. And now Apple is the Apple that you all know because they hired Steve Jobs back, the founder, that they then kicked out of his own company. Does that sound, I don't know, sort of relevant to what's going on here? But again, Amber was Mercury's director of marketing and promotions. She worked in public relations. She did become a COO, which I don't know, it's an interesting transition. With the Mercury, she went to college basketball, became a commissioner for a while. She was named chief marketing officer for the Houston Dash and the Houston Dynamo, their MLS and NWSL teams. And of course, I believe she was eventually COO of Kansas City's NWSL team. But Amber Cox has her history is in marketing. So this is the type of stuff that's on Amber Cox. All that stuff in the social media that you've been questioning because of the way it deals with Caitlin Clark, that's Amber Cox, folks. Okay, let's be clear of that. And what is so bizarre is I want to play you something. I don't The video keeps messing up, so but hopefully you can at least hear this. All right, let's see. You might actually be able to see it, but this is Stephen A has some interesting words about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. This is only about 45 seconds, a minute long. So let's take a listen to this.
Caitlin Clark is the cash cow. She is box office. When she plays, the ratings go up, revenue goes up, interest goes up. When she doesn't play, it plummets. 36% drop in the ratings for All-Star Weekend for the WNBA a few weeks ago. Last year, she didn't miss a game. This year, she missed 17 games. This is a person that everything she touches with women's basketball turns to gold. They didn't have chartered jets until she arrived. She arrived, they had chartered jets 2 minutes later, 2 weeks later, literally.
She's also really good.
She's very good. Very good.
Is she the best player in the league?
No, she's not the best player in the game.
She's not the best.
But she's good. She's damn good. She was fourth in league MVP voting last year. She had an opportunity to be that this year, but those 17 games that she's missed dipped in shooting percentage, three-point shooting percentage, assists. Everything is going down a little bit, primarily due to injuries, but trust me, she is the future of the WNBA.
But I wonder if she's having those injuries because
Well, there you go, folks. By the way, our assists are actually up, I believe. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 8.8 and it was 8.5 last year. I'm going off the top of my head from the last time I looked at those numbers. But there you go. Stephen A will get some wonky, and I'll call him on it when I think he's wonky, or I'm sure he probably thinks I am if he knew who I was. But there's a great example laid out that the Indiana Fever seem to, and the entire WNBA, but it's bizarre that her own team has been doing this stuff, has been chopping off her legs, so to speak, has been, pulling the rug out from under her, have been attacking her in bizarre ways. But let's just see how Apple they are. The last quick thing I want to show you. This is 2025 attendance, regular season, as you can see. Big, 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 big. What is that? 25% ahead of the New York Liberty, who is in second. And that is with the Fever home number dipping a little bit this year, believe it or not. A lot, but a little bit. It's down under 17. It was over 17 last year. So that's this year, even with Caitlin Clark out, and that's probably why the home has dipped a little. But see, people buy tickets way out, so it hasn't really hurt the Indiana Fever with the ticket things. Let's go back to 2024. There they are, first in the league again. Just over 16,000 home and away. We know only 26 games into the season, they set a record for home and away combined attendance. And so last thing I want to wrap up, let's just go back one more year. This is 2023, the year before Caitlin Clark arrived. And as you can see, they're still number one. Oh, no, wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they're down at 10 out of 12 with an attendance number of 5,699. But you know what? I think that is actually pumped up by. Yes, it is. That is pumped up by the away teams, folks. We go all the way down. They are next to last in home attendance in 2023, 4,066, a low of 2,450, a high of 7,356, despite having the 17,000 plus Gainbridge. I mean, Atlanta makes sense. They play in a 3,200 seat arena, and in 2023, they were not moving it anywhere to get the extra attendance from Caitlin Clark. You're not Apple, Indiana. No one cares about anything on this list that you gave me. No one cares. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. Please trade her to an organization that wants to win championships. Wow, not surprising though. Every other idiot that wants to deny CC22 as the league is sports. Effing unbelievable. How big of an A-hat do you have to be to think there's any other answer than Caitlin Clark? The disrespect, and that is truly what it is disgusting. The idiocy is through the freaking roof. I swear I'm starting to really hate these dumb broads. Are we bringing broads back? Is that what we're doing? They have running the Fever organization. It can be used in a positive way as well for those about to scream. A rotten apple to its core. That last game did me in. I can't do it anymore until Cece is back, if she comes back to the Fever. They know what the origin is, Caitlin Clark, but they are too stupid to say it. Clark is gone after the season if White is still here. And that's where I wonder. That's the last thing I really want to hear what you have to say and generate some discussion on that. Is this actual incompetence? Now, I do think White is an incompetent coach. Okay, but I also do think that she wants to bring Cece down. Is this incompetence with Amber Cox and how the Fever is marketing and their public relations? Is she really that bad? Or is it purposeful, which really opens up a whole nother conversation, a disturbing conversation. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Do me a favor if you're enjoying the content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. Hopefully, if you see this before the game, enjoy the game if you can, and I will talk to you later.